Feels better. You know, that shoulder rig pulls too much on my shoulder.
Well, 32 ounces. What that gun weighs.
That's 2 pounds.
You don't overdo it, Renda. Saying, I want you to keep up, I keep up. You need to stop. He's jealous.
Okay.
They're right here too, guys. Something went right up through there. Right there, look where it kicked it out over there on the side.
Yep.
This bottle is going to roll me down.
We're walking on a trail now going up to old Camp Widgewagon. It used to be a camping ground for handicapped children. And it was part of the state parks process. It was initiated by FDR back in the early 40s. Huh? There's Tony Pratt right in front of me. And to the rear of me is Jan Allen and Renda Allen. And I'm Jeffrey Teagle. But you can see where it would be easy for something to maybe take a little bit of refuge from some rain or something like that. Whole place is like that. And if you can see through the trees, there's actually one of the cabins left over from Camp Widgewagon. One of the few ones still standing. Earlier we found what we thought were footprints back there just as we were coming up the trail. But you can also see a cave going up under that rock.
There's a cave.
Which would also be good for something to take refuge under in bad weather or to sleep the night. Anything like that.
Watch the snakes too.
Yeah, all of these are good overhangs for any type of animal that wants to seek some type of shelter. There's another older cabin that is still standing. Just see the tail end of it there.
This is beautiful up here.
Got a cave down there up under. That's the same cave we just looked at going up under the rock. It looks like it goes back about 6 feet initially, but we're not going to go in there. All right.
Hey,
Put a bottle of water in the trail.
water.
The water fairy left it.
Oh, well, that's yours.
That's it.
That's them your water bottle. Ooh, cabin.
Yeah, we just passed 2 of them. There was one back up there.
What's your foot do?
Yeah, this road's been closed about, gosh, I know it's at least 20 years. I don't even know if any forest vehicles drive up in here now. There's another view of the one of the older cabins. It's kind of dilapidated. My first Bigfoot in Tennessee was on this trail that I saw up in Tennessee. I was with Gene McCauley and Will Duncan. A few more people, Joseph Bell. Another view of the side of that cabin. Also a good place for something to hole up for the night if it had to. Most of these cabins up here, you know, like I said, were built back in the early 40s, late 30s. They're all caving in now, just like this one here that we see. Trees have fell on it. They're rotten, termite ridden and everything else. So.
Wow.
So yeah, we got some pretty old cabins. Kids that stayed in these cabins are probably in their 60s and 70s now. But it looks like they appear to have good foundations. Isn't that funny how those buildings have failed, man, but the foundations are still standing there strong?
Story of my life.
That's another dilapidated cabin. And nature's taking its toll.
Yeah, I saw some back there too.
Another possible footprint.
Looks like it.
Yeah,
It's the left one.
Interesting.
Weird shape there. Oh, that looks freaky, don't it?
No. Could be one of them three-toed deals.
Very good.
It even looks like it's got this little thing on the side.
It looks like one of these three-toed tracks up here, man.
They're back there too. It looks like baby feet.
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
I love that about this camera. You can be filming and take a regular picture while it's still filming.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I love that.
That's a cool effect.
And if you want to still shot
In the
it,
video or just
yeah,
stuff.
it could be filming and you want to.
Of course, you can edit anything out, but it's better when you take the shot. It's got the flash on.
Yeah, I like that cabin back there. I wanted a still picture of it. Well, I'm filming it, but I just took a still picture of it.
It's another dilapidated cabin that's fallen.
I love this camera. This is bad.
Wow, somebody's actually been up here with a case of beer.
You're kidding.
Unbelievable. Who would hike up this far to drink a case of beer?
Idiot.
Oh, God. Alcoholic. You can't be attracted to beer when you're not supposed to have that.
Well, they figured they hiked up here. I guess they earned the right to
Drink a beer.
Yeah. I never did. I'm glad I didn't start smoking cigarettes too.
Oh, man. You don't want to do that. This is the first cabin that I ever saw a Bigfoot footprint in. My first Bigfoot footprint was seen inside of this cabin.
Have that.
And a fellow named Don Monroe took it. Took a picture of it.
Repeat that again now.
This was the first time that I ever saw a Bigfoot foot impression was on the floor inside of this cabin. And that was probably mid-1998. Let's see. Might have been the end of 1998, but first time I ever saw a Bigfoot footprint was in there.
That would be nice if they had it fixed up real nice. You
The
could,
question is, would you come up here and stay in it?
sure,
Where at was it?
Right in the doorway.
sure.
One single footprint.
Cool.
That would be really nice. Got a porch out there and heck yeah.
Don't listen to too much.
Oh, falling apart.
We would go in there, but there's a tree leaning on there. We don't know how stable that thing is on the inside. We don't want to plummet to our death down there below the ravine, just down below it.
Not worth it, no matter how good a shot you get.
But we did go, some of these up here we'll be able to go into, I hope, if they haven't fallen down.
That would be really nice to stay in.
Go in there and find squatch poop.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, all of these used to be little cabins that, those kids stayed in up here. They used to have them all along the way.
That's cute.
Like a, like a Boy Scout area.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's something. Where are you going, Alan?
Well, Jan's gonna try to go in.
The hornet too far, baby, might fall through.
Well, solid.
Is it? That's where I saw my first Bigfoot track was inside of there. Moving right along. Here's another old cabin. See, even up under these cabins, you know, they could probably sleep on the inside, and they could certainly sleep up under it because those are good 4 or 5 feet under, you know, some angles of that bottom of those cabins. Foundations are still rock solid on the cabins, so that tells you anything about how cabin building and structures were made back in the 40s versus the way they are today. We're kind of seeing intermittent footprints all along the way up here. A lot of them are indistinguishable though because it have had some rain up here, and it looks like it probably traveled downhill and washed a good bit of it away, so a bit of them away. There's another old cabin.
Tore up ground. I figured that.
No, I'll get the pressure off my legs for a minute.
My heart's beating like a rubber band.
We ain't got that much further to go.
Yeah, you know what? We didn't bring the down
Nitroglycerin.
nitroglycerin with us. I always forget that.
You need it?
No. I just need to put myself in the habit that I always have that bottle with me.
Yes, sir, you do.
I hear noise. Oh.
Yeah.
See, we're finding little rutted out places like this, so that could be anything, a deer, a pig.
There's another little cabin. Oh, I'm sorry, Button.
Yeah, he now.
I'm trying to pull up this dirt here to get the notion started. To get the nourishment, worms, bugs. There's a captain too. Green captain.
I read online where Camp Widgewagon relocated, I believe they said, to Nashville after this one shut down. There's even still a little path leading down to the cabins here.
I like to have something like that in Florida. Yeah, so here's inside of one of the cabins. You can see the old bunk beds.
chest of drawers.
Don't worry if you get massacred, I'm taping it.
Yeah, probably all kinds of little. Hell, even the let me cut on the light here. Yeah, you can see even the joists and everything up there. The rafters and everything still look good. True 2x4s and true 4x4s.
I gotta learn how to use the editor program.
Now you cancel.
Go back out.
No, it's not free. Pinnacle Studio, I'm Pinnacle 12.
Oh,
It's the same company as Avid. Avid's just a higher level. It's got a lot more bells and whistles on it. But all you need is Pinnacle to do everything you need to do. But they edited that movie Avatar using Avid.
Oh, cool.
So it's real good. Unless you want to do Final Cut Pro on a Mac, you know. I don't know if you use Macs or whatever. If you do, the Final Cut Pro is the best.
Spider web.
Almost everybody uses Final Cut Pro, but you do that at Avid for that movie.
Another old chimney.
The chimney. You smell that mold poison for. There's a well, baby well. On the left.
Where?
Yeah,
Right
right
there.
there.
Is it a well or a footing?
It's a baby well.
Looks like a foot into an old cabin.
That's got a pipe sticking out of it on this side.
Does it?
The baby
I
well.
don't know, it might not be right.
Oh, okay. Could be.
Two of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's two there. We'll let out a hollow sneaker yet?
We get up to the top. We're fisting around on up here. I heard my first Bigfoot scream coming up this way here. Also the same day that I saw my first Bigfoot print, so pretty amazing place. And I hope you don't have to go back down and get no water if we find a track. This is a good little hike. I think this is about probably just under maybe 2 miles after we get done with it. But half of it's kind of uphill, which kind of sucks, but this is where you have to go. A lot of good bows and arcs down here. And it could be, you know, that those things fell that way. Y'all ain't never been up here, have you? You okay?
Yep, let's go.
So we're pretty high up. Down below us you can see the undergrowth and stuff. Plenty of places to hide. They have concealment, especially now. Not sure how far we've come up, but a couple of 100 feet. Yeah, with the exception of my sighting, this is kind of right here in the general area where it all started for me with Bigfoot research. So,
Don't help by the leg joints.
I told you you should get some of them joint pills.
Yeah, we'll try them eventually.
the day that we heard those screams up here, there was a group of Bigfoot down here. We could hear like 2 or 3 of them. But up here on that particular morning, up the mountain, it was very, very foggy. And we come back up here the next day and it looked like this place was mortared by a bunch of bombs and stuff. So we kind of deduced that maybe these 2 Bigfoot groups were, you know, these 2 clans had some kind of conflict going on between themselves. But we don't know for sure. I mean, and got kind of a stinky smell up here.
You need skunk extra like or just
Yeah, that kind of skunky smell, it just kind of hit me, and then
They're growing like it's back there.
yeah. There are some more tree arches there. Most of the time, these arches are. It looks like they're pulled over, and you know, the tips of them are just stuck into the ground.
Nope.
So
I think there's all three of them now. I think this third one is there.
we're kind of at the top of the ridge of the old Camp Widgewagon, and for some reason there's not any cabins. No cabin remnants are on this side of the or in the middle of this ridge. So I don't know why. But you get on down further, there's some more cabins. Y'all ready? Woo! Woo!
I'll try it and see. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, we're still here in the same area. Just had a little break here. Some of us had to go to the bathroom, and I'm sure you guys that want to see that on YouTube. You know, we never guarantee that you'll see anything in these videos. We're just out doing our thing. And, you know, if you see something, that's good. If you don't, that's good too. You know, we just love to be out, get out in there, and do what it is we do. You know. But there's one thing for sure: you're not going to be starting to see Bigfoot if you don't get your ass up off the couch. Not seeing or hearing any animals either.
Yeah.
Not even a bug. No formations.
Alright, here's a break off right here.
And it could be because we don't hear anything. Could be because we're walking through here, but I don't know. It's just always been a weird thing up here. You don't ever hear or see any wildlife. And it's getting kind of windy. Looks like we might have a little bit of a storm front moving in, but you gotta do what you gotta do. We're starting on the decline now.
That wasn't a bad hike though.
No, I didn't know.
I thought it was.
I ain't hiked in 7 years. I didn't know how it was going to be. I didn't know if it's going to be grown up. It's been a good while since I've been up here.
I bet you some hikers got up here hiking this and they damn saw one.
I'm not sure.
Well, it's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what Sean said.
Yeah. I like that way we come around, that little loop. I love that, man.
Yeah. I'm hoping we find something down there around the backside of the swimming hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, people swimming.
People swimming.
People swimming.
I wouldn't swim in that nasty shit. I bet back in the day, though, I bet that sucker looked immaculate.
Yeah, I bet it did too. And it's funny how people just let shit go to hell.
Yeah. And the park owns it.
And that could be a big, that right there could be a big thing for the park.
Yeah.
We're coming up on some more, another group of cabins, and I'm assuming that one side, typically in your Boy Scout, Girl Scouts, or Camp Widget Wagons, you had a female side and a male side. So, you know, I don't know if there's any way to distinguish the two by, you know, just visually looking at the cabins, but yeah, just to kind of give you another angle on another cabin. I'll zoom in there so you can see it. It's too bad we don't have any parks that are like this anymore. I mean, the people that made these facilities really, you know, tried to really make it one with nature, but and I'm not exactly sure when this location shut down. Somebody told me it shut down due to the lack of funding because it was private funding, and I'm not even sure if this area was part of the state park system here.
Hey Jeff, that where the three bears live?
Yeah.
Who's gonna be Little Red Riding Hood? No, you could be the progressive insurance lady.
We haven't seen a bird, a squirrel, a bug, nothing. The whole walk up here. I hear some crows. So. You may notice in the video that we're carrying firearms. Something I recently started doing because back in February we caught on thermal imager some things that may have resembled black bear and a few bobcats and I believe a mountain lion even. And so we don't carry guns to shoot a Bigfoot with. We carry guns to, you know, to help protect ourselves against other types of predators out here. Which is really the wise thing to do if you're going to be trekking off back out in the middle of nowhere where people seldom go. You don't want to be unarmed. You want to be sure to carry matches and maybe some type of small fire starter log or something, you know, in case something were to happen to you. You know, some bottles of water, toilet tissue, you know, energy bars. You know, grab you a couple of granola bars or something like that, stuff them in your backpack. But be sure you seal everything up though, because of bear and other types of critters, man, they'll sniff it right out. And yes, we have seen Bigfoot while carrying firearms. Those are not a deterrent for it. So there's another cabin. There's the one I just showed you. We're entertaining the thought of coming back up here in March and camping up here. So, you know, like we say, you know, we think that from time to time, you know, there may be some, you know, Bigfoot to hole up inside of these cabins. I know I certainly would if the weather was bad enough. There's back up the trail. We got 4 people with us. That was Mr. Tony Pratt screaming.
Renda must have jumped.
This is where Mom and Pa said it lived.
Yeah. Well, that sucker right there looks like it's about to fall in.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, leaning on his last leg.
I will not be walking up into that one.
That back there, I believe, is a bathhouse. It used to have old showers in it.
Yeah, this is the old Boy Scout.
Camp Widgewagon.
Camp who?
Camp Widgewagon.
Widgewagon.
It was a camp for handicapped children.
Oh, okay. Camp for handicapped children.
Actually, folks, this used to be the old bathhouse. You can see the old shower stalls in there. So, take another look in there.
light help you on top.
Oh yeah.
I gotta change batteries. Glad I've had them in there for 2 weeks. Oh no, I didn't bring them batteries over.
I got some in my backpack here.
Put them right in my pocket, right?
It's got some, he said.
Camera battery?
Camera batteries. No, look in this. I can't reach back there. Look in this compartment here that my camera bag's in, and look in the compartment behind that.
Compartment?
Yeah, look in the compartment behind that. There should be a pack in there.
No, there's nothing in that one. Is it the big part?
Did you see the camera bag?
No. Camera bag.
See where the stick's coming out?
Yeah.
That's where the camera is. Look back in that flap behind there and see there's a pack of batteries in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, these batteries I won't be able to film.
So these are the old cabins people used to rent? Or
No, these it's Camp
people live here?
Widgewagon. This is where the handicapped kids came.
Oh, okay. Ouija wagon.
But you know, it was a handicapped children's camp, but nothing's accessible by,
No shit.
you know.
I
guess they-
had a hell of a time getting them up and down.
Just back then they could drive up here, couldn't they?
Yeah, you could drive up here, but you know, if you have a child in a wheelchair, this is probably not the best terrain.
Yeah.
Unless they had a nurse or something. Things were done a lot different than they are today. Here's somebody who's been up here showing their ass drinking beer. Don't clean up behind themselves. I can't stand that. You zip me up?
Yeah.
And again, more trash. It looks like it's probably washed down with some rain or something. But if you're going to be out here in the woods, whatever you bring in, take it out. And you can see that there are just a ton of cabins that kind of just dot the whole hillside there. They're all old, and a lot of the ones on the side of the hill are just, you could probably shove on them and they'd fall. Tony Pratt again. Oh, by the way, we're also doing anybody that's on Comcast, we're doing a probably a 40-minute show up here, and it's going to be aired to about 1 million viewers. So be sure to check that out probably around Thursday or Friday of next week, which will be probably around the 20th. You can go to Mystery Us on Facebook, or you might even be able to view it at ChattahoocheeBigfoot.com. I'll post a link to it there. So, you ready, Jorge? What's up?
Take your batteries out of his camera into mine.
Ah. Okay. Another old cabin. See how sturdy it is. Go over here and look around. Show you what they actually look like. This one here is one of the more, I guess, sturdier cabins. When I watched me fall through the floor. But, see the bunk beds inside of here. Yeah. What happened? Hey. Okay. I hate editing video, but we're gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut the camera off, and we're gonna take a group picture here, and hopefully I'll post it in the whenever I post this video. So just hang tight for a second. We'll pick right up back right here. Hold on. We just took a picture and we're back where we left off.
That's a good picture, man.
Yeah. So yeah, poor old camp widget wagon breaking down out here in the middle of the woods. Haven't seen any more footprints up in here lately. Now this is the trail leading back down the little mound. I call it a mound. It's not really a, I guess, a mountain. Well, I guess it could be a mountain. It's very beautiful up here. Very, very beautiful. Got us a bird up there. Not sure what kind. Not sure where he's at. First bird we've heard here. Or we're starting to hear a bunch more of them now. So.
What's for supper, Bubba?
Probably lasagna.
Yes! Num num.
I'm all about quick, man, when I'm up here.
I hear you. That sounds so good. Well, come on, Granny.
Sandwiches.
He's still fighting that father. Yeah.
I think this is the way down. We'll know in a minute. These old paintballs and shit. They used to shoot paintballs.
Back down, and we're going back the way we come. So as long as it follows that other one,
Yeah.
probably going the right way.
We used to see people, man, back, 10 years ago, man, there'd be people hiking up in here. You don't hardly ever see that no more.
Yeah. Well, you do in the parks around Nashville, but they're not this tall.
Yeah, I'm up here a good
You
little
know,
bit.
I bet there ain't nobody up here with us right now. If they are, there ain't too many of them, except for Bigfoot.
No.
People think, oh, well, there's so many humans running around all over the national park. No, they're not.
No.
They're not going
there's
deep.
Not. There's not.
They're not going deep, deep, deep.
There's not. You got it? What? I didn't hear nothing.
I was like, guys, y'all kept walking.
Huh.
Up there in that down the woods,
Going up that trail.
my little fat kicking behind us now.
Yeah. I used to have a little camera I put back here,
Yeah, standing behind you.
and I filmed it when I walked, but I never could get it damn stabilized. And so every time I walked, it just,
Yeah, it bounces.
those shoulder, if you're going to use one of those rigs like you see on that Finding Bigfoot shit,
Yeah.
if you point it to the back of you, that would be excellent. But you don't want to have here, point it to the back of you and hold your camera out front.
Right.
That would be great, man.
Yeah.
Stabilize the hell out of it. Them fuckers cost $100.
Yeah, but I just...
You can build one out of PVC for about $12. I built this shit for about $8.
Yeah.
Covered it up with a camo duct tape. Didn't even seal it. Didn't even seal the joints or anything. Took a tripod thing, went and got a screw. I mean, there's no motion in it.
Yeah.
Go to frugalfilmmaker.com. They got directions. Everything you need. Whole list.
Frugal?
The frugal filmmaker.
The frugal or the frugal?
I think it's the frugal filmmaker. I think it is. Well, try both of
Either
them.
way, yeah, we'll figure it out.
He's got things on there to make a shoulder rig, where you have your camera out here. Got one you can hold your camera here. It's got
It's all
this
out
one.
of PVC pipe?
PVC. All you need is something just to take that shake out of your hands, and it all goes into this. So it's taking the shake out of it.
Right.
I'm bad, man, with just holding a damn camera. Shit.
Yeah, it's real hard, especially when if you zoom out at all, any little movement, and you're off your subject.
No, they are making cameras now with the built-in stabilizers.
Yeah, mine's got built-in stabilizer.
Yeah.
I think Jam's probably does too. But it only goes so far. We can't stabilize this,
Yeah, but if you guys are watching this video, go to thefrugalfilmmaker.com and it'll tell you how to make a camera stabilizer for under $10. Get rid of all the shakiness in your videos. Wow, what a ravine. I don't remember ever seeing that. No, sir.
This thing is probably climbing up in about 3 seconds. 4.
That is a nice drop off. Nice little rocky outhangs. Little cool places back there to shade in. Be a nice place to sleep, wouldn't it? Wow.
Yeah, I was going to tell you earlier, I forgot when you were standing in one of those sheds, I took a couple of pictures, but I could see in the viewfinder there was some misty like near you, like it was to your left, and then when you went on in there it was right behind you.
I'm glad you didn't tell me that.
I mean, it could have just been the sunlight effect, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll change Jeff's name to Misty.
Misty.
Misty
Play
Mountain.
Misty for me.
Misty Mountain Hot.
Down through there. That's just Pratt.
It's a shame, man. People come up here and throw bottles and shit out.
Yeah, and they wonder why they close stuff off to people.
All you gotta do is take your goddamn trash with you. You get through drinking it, stick it back in your bag. I don't know too much about mushrooms. The only thing I know about mushrooms is they taste good on steak with onions.
I love mushrooms. I love portobello.
You did put those cakes like that.
When I did them,
Sauteed mushrooms.
I bought some of them Amanita muscarias, and I was going to make it into a wine, but it turned into a Jello. It was like a Jello, and it was all purple. It had all these like veins in it.
Yeah.
So I ate some of that stuff. When I walked outside, it felt like I felt so good and airy and light, like the wind was blowing right through me.
You're gonna have fun going through that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what that is.
Oh yeah, I see it.
That's some kind. No, I got some kind of shape right over here. You know what? This is where we cross that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's water.
This is where we go down at.
This is the dangerous spot.
Back here, we used to hang a line over the this pond here with apples and popcorn on it. Back in the day.
There's water.
It's just a little water hole. We used to find footprints around it sometimes. Let's scoot through here. Yeah, the road's like right on the other side of that. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, look around that and see if you see any. Yeah, sure enough.
Yeah, that's the road right there.
I don't see nothing I can make out. I mean, there's a couple of little dents.
Yeah, we used to have a line going from that side to the other. And
I don't know, man. These little print, here's a print or something over here.
Jan, here's your damn turtle shell.
Could be one of those
It ain't mine. Call Bruce.
dog man deals.
Let's see.
That little thing right there. There's another one right over there. Of course, they could be some other kind of animal, I guess. Or where somebody walked by and picked up a rock out of there.
Yeah. Looks like a footprint right there, don't it?
Yeah.
Got tire tracks in it too. I'm thinking four-wheeler.
Yeah. This is like four-wheel.
Yeah, we used to we had a line running from right here, this tree, going from right here, and we'd hang fish on it, popcorn on it, apples, put a hole in the apple with a screwdriver, run it through, run a string through it.
I got popcorn.
Oh, they love popcorn. Cinnamon,
Peanut butter and
cinnamon popcorn.
chocolate.
Popcorn with cinnamon sugar.
They like Orville Redenbacher.
It's Orville Redenbacher or nothing. Yeah, that'd be a good commercial. Have a Bigfoot come out and they put popcorn out for me and says, "That's not Orville Redenbacher. I reject such things."
Oh,
Messing with Sasquatch.
this place, man, I'm gonna tell you though, this has been a good place for me. I never would have thought in a million years, let alone seeing one Bigfoot, I never would have thought in a million years that I would come up here and see so damn many Bigfoot.
I ain't seen none here, so I'm gonna see one.
We heard one.
Yeah.
Me and Jan.
Hell, the first time,
Back there, seriously, it was whatever it was up in there was fucking big.
Yeah.
we that first time we come up here, man, we saw what, 5, 6? Yeah, we saw them play chase with the cars. Found a dog man and all them Bigfoots over there.
Foot on the road. Deer tracks.
There's a footprint. Looks like a human.
I bet that a whole thing used to be paved up there. I bet it did. They come through here and dug it up like they did some of this.
Yeah.
Now this right over here, good place for some activity at nighttime. See how thick it is back there?
Mm-hmm.
They can walk through that shit and you don't hear them.
Are you sure this is the road now?
Oh, the road, we go back out that way.
Oh,
We go out that way.
Oh.
We're going to that way.
See what's here for me.
Yeah, I was wanting to see what was up here.
But you can see how thick that shit is.
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
And he goes on back in there.
Sticks.
But they can walk right up into that stuff, man, and you don't even hear them walking up in it. Cedar trees and southern loblolly pines.
Yeah, that's good.
Few oaks thrown in there.
Getting something on my eye. I can't see it.
Huh?
They got some kind of area, Jan. You see this fenced off area here? I don't know what that is.
What's that?
That's a sturdy ass fence though, yeah. That ain't no joke.
Maybe that's where they can, go into another dimension.
I mean, look at it.
It's a portal.
It's in a circle. It's in a circle, man. But what the hell is it?
Probably keep some cattle or something out over there.
Cattle?
Yeah.
But what is it? What are they protecting
Ain't no cows over here.
it from? Or,
Well, what's inside the circle to make them build a fence around it?
I don't know. It don't make sense, does it?
No, it don't.
Looks like they're keeping that fence up.
Uh,
The fence looks like it's
The only
not that
thing
old.
I can figure is it's marshy. You might sink.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's a hell of a damn fence
Maybe
right
there's
there.
certain plants in there or stuff that's rare that they want to protect them. I don't know.
It's got red stakes on it. Makes me wonder if it's damn electrified. Well, I had to have a nature break. So back on the trail going back down to the vehicle. Everybody's up ahead, so got a little bit of privacy. It's a nice little walk. I'd say it's probably about 1.5 miles all the way around. So what made it so bad was me myself. I'm somewhat handicapped, and it's very hard for me to sustain walking up the such a steep incline. But hey, I made it. Might suffer for it tonight, but I made it today. Well, we're going to go down to the car, and we're going to go over to this place that used to be something like a natural swimming pool over here. And last February, Mr. Bob Garrett, Travis Garrett, Brandon Garrett, Mr. Felipe Big Dog Mendoza, they found what we believe are dogman tracks over here in kind of a marshy area. So we're going to go over there to see if we can find anything and hopefully catch something. So we're here at the car. I'm going to cut everything off and we'll pick back up once we get over there.